Welcome to the Crypto Lab. The whole crypto market is going down. Bitcoin is going down, XRP is going down. That's why I created a brand new indicator to try to help us to understand what's going on. Are we still in a bull market? Are we in a bear market? I'm going to try to answer to these questions in this video. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, guys, I really love this chart, and there are a lot of things going on in this analysis. But before we dive into this, I want to give you an update on the previous charts that I showed on this channel. And as I said, I have a couple of bad news and some good news. So let's have a look. First, I wanted to show you this Bitcoin analysis. As you know, this is an analysis that I created using circles, and these circles predict major move for XRP. Everything on this chart is based on confluence. Okay, first we had what I called the setup circle in green, and you see that every time that we touched this circle, we went down. And then look what happened when we touched this circle in the future, we went down. It was a major pivot point. And if you use the same circle that is touching this candle and this major pivot point for the price, you see that in the future, look, it was a major pivot point. It was a resistance here, a resistance again, then we broke through, we used it as a support, and here as a support again. And every time I'm using the same mechanism. Here it was a major pivot point, and in the future it is a major pivot point. Here it is a major pivot point, and here in the future it is a major pivot point, because after crossing this, we went into a consolidation phase before going down. And I've started showing this analysis with this circle, right? With the pink circle. And you see that I used this pivot point, and in the future, after crossing the circle, we went up. Here again, for the blue circle, I used this pivot point, and in the future, we crossed the circle and we went up. And for the yellow circle, I wanted to give you an update, and let's see what happened. So I made a video for each candle, then we touched the yellow circle, we went down because it was a pressure to the downside, and we were expecting that after crossing the circle, we would have a blue candle, a bullish candle. And this is what happened. We crossed the circle and we had a blue candle. So this confirms that the circle is working. Before going further, you need to know that the orange line is the 20 weeks moving average and the green line is the 50 weeks moving average. And if you have a look to what happened in the past, you see that the 20 weeks moving average in orange was a major support line for the price, and the green line, the 50 weeks moving average, was a major support line too. And during this phase of the market, we didn't use the 20 weeks moving average as a support, but we used the 50 weeks moving average as a support. So we went down, we used it as a support, we crossed the circle, we went up. We went down just before crossing the circle, we used the 20 weeks moving average as a support, we went up. And right now, look what is going on. Just before crossing the yellow circle, we went down, we used the 50 weeks moving average as a support, we crossed it, and then we had a blue candle. And while I am speaking right now, the price is below the 50 weeks moving average. But what's really interesting in this analysis is that this candle is called a doji candle. And when you see a candle like this with a very small body, it's a mark of indecision in the market. It means that the market doesn't really know where to go. Will we go up? will we go down? We will have to rate. But this is saying that, well, we have a decision to make. And also, I have a second remark. As you can see, the candle is between the 20 weeks moving average and the 50 weeks moving average. This is a confirmation that the market doesn't know where to go, because sometimes we are using the 20 weeks moving average as a support, sometimes we are using the 50 weeks moving average as a support, and this candle is between both lines. That's why, guys, we don't know where the market will go. Also, I want to say that we need this kind of situation to start to be bullish on the market. We want the price to be above the 20 weeks moving average and above the 50 weeks moving average, using the 20 weeks moving average as a support. Because in the past, as you can see, first we went up, we used both lines as a support, then we used the 50 weeks moving average as a support, then the 20 weeks moving average as a support before taking off. That's why if we want to be bullish, first we need the price to go above the orange line. And right now, it's not the case. We are going below the green line. That's why I hope that we will be able to close above the green line if we want to start being bullish again. So if I have to sum it up, first, the good news. We crossed the yellow circle and we had a blue candle. This is good, guys. Also, we are still above the green line, which is the 50 weeks moving average, and we used this line as a support in the past. So this is great. As a bad news, we are below the 20 weeks moving average. Currently, the price is trending below the 50 weeks moving average, so we will have to wait to see if we close below it. And also, as a good news, we are still making higher lows. We have, sorry, we have a low here, a higher low, a higher low. We have a high, a higher high, a higher high. So technically, we are still in an uptrend. If we see the price going below the green line and making a lower low, this would be a very, very strong signal that we switched to a bear market. Now, let's talk about XRP. On this chart, I only have bad news, guys. I'm sorry, but facts are facts. And I'm trying to stay transparent on this channel. It's not a hype channel. I will always share the facts with you guys. And yeah, so let's dive in. You know that I was expecting the price to stay into the aqua bands, but as you can see right now, we are out of it. Also, we have the bull bear market line. We know that this line was very efficient at catching major pivot points in the market. Okay, because we know that we had a strong bounce, then a small bounce, we crossed it, and it was a bear market. Then we used it as a resistance, 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 until crossing it, using it as a support during this entire phase. Then we used it as a support again. We touched it here again, and it was a strong bounce just after. And for the first time, we crossed it to the downside. So currently, the price is below, I repeat again, below the bull bear market line. If we have a closer look, you can see that here we used it as a support, and I was very hopeful for the future. I wanted the price to go up, and we had a confluence area between the aqua bands and the bull bear market line in yellow, and the price crossed the confluence point to the downside. After this, we have a green candle, but as you can see, we tried to go above the aqua bands and the bull bear market line, but we got rejected from it. This is the first warning that we could be in a bear market. Again, I'm sharing the facts with you guys, okay? I don't want us to go down, but these are the facts. Also, I want to show you something. If you have a close look at the bull bear market line, we had a phase where the line wasn't very accurate because we went above it. We even had a body of a candle closing above the line, but after this we got rejected again. So this was a false signal. That's why I hope that we will have the same kind of behavior just right here, and that we will be able to go above the bull bear market line again, and that this was just a false signal. But don't worry, in my brand new analysis, I will share with you the signal that will tell us if we are definitely in a bear market. So stay with me. But according to this line, you see that we crossed it to the downside. Another thing I wanted to share. This indicator that I am using on the weekly time frame has been made for the 23 days time frame. This means that technically we have to wait for the 33 days candle to close to officially say that we have the body of a 33 days candle below the bull bear market line. And guess what? This candle closes at the end of the year, the 31st of December. That's why the closing price of this year will be a major event for the entire market. I hope it's clear. Currently, we are below the line, so this is a warning, guys, telling us that we could be in a bear market. Now let's switch to the next chart. This is the trend line analysis. Again, I have some bad news and some good news. First, if you have a look, XRP is making lower highs, okay, every time. Price is going in this direction. At the same time, we are making higher lows, okay? Here, and the last one is here. So we are going in this direction. That's why we can't anticipate where the price wants to go. The only thing that we can say is that during this entire phase, we have a pattern. You see that the price was below the yellow line. We went up, we used it as a support before going up. Then we touched the critical level. It's an area. In blue, we got rejected from it. We touched it again, we got rejected from it. But what's really interesting is this phase. As you can see, we went below the yellow line, but this happened when the yellow line was going down. You see that during this entire bear market, the yellow line was going down, 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 and from here we started going up. You see, we went up, here slowly we went up, and just here we went down. And this was the perfect time for XRP to go below the yellow line. So you need to remember this. And here, during this phase where the yellow line was going down, we were below the line. Then we went above it and the yellow line has started going up again. We went up, the price crossed the critical level, we reached a top, then we went down. We tested the yellow line, we got a bounce, and guess what? We were going up with the yellow line up, 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 up. Here, the yellow line started going down, and guess what, guys? The price went below the yellow line, and we have a phase below it before going up. And right now, look what happened. We were going up with the yellow line, using it as a support here. And here again, when the line started going down, we crossed it. And right now, we are below it. So we have one phase below it, a second phase below it, and a third phase below it. And as you can see, every time it's higher and higher and higher. This is why I think that this is decision time for XRP. We are still above the critical level, which is very good because if you have a look at the left side, this was a major area of resistance for the price. Here it was a resistance, here it was a resistance, here it was a resistance, and here it was a support. Here it was a support also, and right now we are trying to hold it as a support. If we see the price going below the critical level, we will be in the bear market, guys. I'm not going to lie to you. I think that we will be in a bear market. Why? Because if we go below it, the critical level will start being a resistance again, which is very bad. Also, we will make a lower low compared to this, which would look very bad also. We will be below the trend line, which will be very bad. So we will only have bearish signs in this analysis. That's why we can't go below the critical level, guys. This is the last chance for XRP to go up. We need to maintain this level. I hope it's clear. Let me know in the comments if you think that the price will be able to stay above these levels. I wanted to count the candles in each phase where we are below the trend line. And it starts from here. We have a bounce, then we went below the line, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4 full bodies below the line before going up again. You see it here. Let me zoom again. You see it, right? Here we have 1, 2, 3, 4 candles below the line before going up again. And you need to remember that this was after a bull market. We were in a bull market, tack, we have a bounce, and then we went below the line. And here we were in a bull market also, right? And let's count the candles. So we were in a bull market using the line as a support. We have a strong bounce to the upside. Then we went below the line and we have 1, 2, 3, 4 candles before crossing the line again and going up. This is amazing. You see, and now you start understanding the pattern. Let's have a look at this one. We crossed it, then we have 1, 2, 3, 4 candles before crossing the line again. Okay. That's why I want to see XRP going up before the end of the year, because if this pattern continues, we should have 1, 2, 3, 4 candle and then going up above the trend line. I hope that it will be sooner because the sooner the better. But again, we saw it in the previous analysis. We see it again in this analysis. The close of this year is very important for the future. Then I wanted to give you an update on this trigonometric analysis. We used it in this entire phase of the market, and it was very accurate during this entire bull market when we touched it again and again. and we've got a strong bounce to the upside every time we touched it, right? But for the very first time last month, we crossed the sine wave. We had a blue candle, we turned it into a white one, and currently we are outside of the ellipse. And you see that this caused the price to go down, okay? An acceleration of the price because the ellipse is also a pivot line. Well, what does it mean? You need to remember that this is a monthly chart. So to officially say that we have a candle outside of the ellipse, we need to wait for the end of the month. And the end of this month is also the end of the year. That's why the end of the year will be critical. So we will have to wait, guys. Let's move to the next chart. This is the most important chart for this video because it gives us a clear understanding of what's going on right now in the market. In this chart, I kept the bull market support because it's one of the most important line I have right now. And as I said at the beginning of the video, we crossed it to the downside, then we tried to go above it, but we got rejected because after crossing it, it starts being a resistance, and you can see it right now, but I hope that we will be able to go above it. Also, on this analysis, I have red bands. This is what was missing in my previous charts. I had no pressure to the downside, okay? But now we can see clearly what is the pressure pushing us to the downside. As you can see, during this entire phase of the bear market, we got rejected by the band again and again. And here it caught the false signal that we had with the bull market support line, and we talked about it earlier. We went above it. We even had candle closing above the line, but we touched the band and we got rejected to the downside. And currently, you can see that the band starts from here. We got rejected to the downside, and then we got rejected again and again and again. And right now we crossed the bull bear market support line. Okay guys, so now it's time to talk about my new indicator. In fact, I don't have just one indicator, I have two new indicators on this chart, but both are related. Let's remove the drawings, you will see what I'm saying. So on this chart, I have the bull bear market line. You already know about it in blue, but I have also a band. I call it the bull bear market band. And below it, I have an oscillator and I call it the bull bear market oscillator. First, let me explain what the bull bear market band is. The band is showing the most important level of supports and resistances for the last candle. This means that the band is actually only for the last candle of the chart. Okay, it doesn't show the band for the previous candles because the band is dynamic, right? It only shows the band for the last candle because this is the relevant information. Then the band is made of 7 lines. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lines of different colors, and each color matching a different indicator. Is it clear? And what you have to understand is that the level of each line changes over time with each candle. This is what I was meaning by saying that the band was dynamic. Then, in addition to the band, we have an oscillator, right? And I call it the bull bear market band oscillator. It is complementary to the band as the band is only displayed for the last candle I created this oscillator to have the history of the previous bands for the previous candles. Let me explain what I mean by that. The oscillator is made of three components. So first, you see that we have multiple dots on the chart and we have different colors, just like the colors that we have in the band. This means that for each dot, there is a color and the color is matching the line that it represents in the band. So for example, here we have the band with multiple lines and multiple colors, and as you can see, here for this candle we have different dots with different colors, and each dot is matching with the color of the line that it represents. As we have 7 lines in the band, we have also 7 dots in each column. So for example, here we have the yellow dot and it's matching the yellow line. Then we have the middle line. It's a zero line. And this zero line can have 3 colors. You can see it here. We can have a red color. If I zoom in, you can see that we have a white color and a green color. When the line is red, it means that all the dots are below the line. When the line is white, it means that some dots are above the line and some dots are below the line. Okay, so here all the dots are below the line, and when it's white, it means that we have some dots above and some dots below. And of course, when the line is green, it means that all the dots are above the line. And the last thing that you need to understand to have the complete picture is that when a dot is above the line, it means that the price was above the respective line in the band. Okay, so let's take an example. For example, you see it here, right? You see that we have the yellow line above the zero line, and this means that the price, the current price, is above the yellow line in the band. Let's take another example. You see that here we have the blue dots. It's matching the blue line in the band, and as the blue dot is below the zero line, it means that the current price is below the line, below the blue line. Okay? We can take a last example so you can really understand what I'm saying. Here I have the orange dot that is above the zero line, and this means that the price is currently above the orange line in the band. Do you understand now? And the third component of this oscillator is the columns. There is a column for each dot, and when the dot is above the line, then we have a green color. If the dot is below the line, we have a red color. So if I sum it up, it's very simple to understand. You can focus on the zero line. When the zero line is red, it means that the price was below the band. Okay? When the zero line is green, it means that the price was above the band. Okay? Because all the dots are above the zero line. So this means that the price was above all the lines of the band. So it means that it was above the band, right? And we have some kind of transition phases when the line was white, because we have some dots above it and some dots below it. This means that the price was inside the bands, okay? And right now you can see it. As the price is inside the bands, you can see that we are between the blue line and the yellow line. Here, you see that we have the yellow line here and the blue line, and the zero line is white. It's because we are inside the bands. And every time that the zero line turns white, we need to be careful because this could mean that we are in a transition phase between the bear market in red and the bull market in green, as you can see from here. Okay, let's have a look in the past. You can see it here also. During this entire phase, we were in a bull market, and starting from here, we had a warning sign. Okay, we had a warning sign from the yellow line because the price was below the yellow line, but the price was still above all the rest of the lines. But this was a warning sign saying that we could be transitioning into a bear market. Then we have a green color. This was great, but we had again the line going below the yellow line, and the zero line was white again. This was a second warning sign, and after this, you see that the price crossed all the lines and we got only red colors. Okay, so from here, it was an official bear market because you see that the line, the zero line, was red. But we have warning signs, right? Because progressively we have pressure to the downside, and the columns that you see here are smaller and smaller. You see big columns, and then we have pressure to the downside, smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. It means that the price is getting closer and closer to the lines, okay? Until the price crosses all the lines to the downside, and then we have only red colors. And here it was an official bear market. After this, here we have some white line for the zero line, but we were still in a bear market during this entire phase. Here we have warning signs, and you see that it's matching the false signal that we had here, but with this oscillator, with the band, you see that we were still inside the band. So it wasn't officially a bull market yet. We were still below the band, below the band, below the band. And here we were inside the band because the zero line was white. And here, this is when we could say that the bull market began. And here, this is where we can say that the bull market began because we had a green color for the zero line. This means that the price was above all the lines that we had here for this candle. And then we have the SEC sell-off. We could thought that we were in a bear market, but you see that the zero line is still white. So we were green, we are still white. So this means that we were not in a bear market. If we were, the zero line would have turned just like here, red. Okay, but we were still white. This meant that we were in a transition phase, but as we didn't get the red color, we stayed in a bull market. So let's move on. And during this entire phase, so we were in a bull market, but now we need to pay attention to what's going on because you see that the zero line is white, and this means that we could have early signs of a bear market because we have the line inside the bands, okay? And you can see it here. we are between the blue line and the yellow line. So the yellow line is far from us, so this is a good sign because we would have to go all the way down to the yellow line to be sure that we would be in a bear market, but we are pretty far from the blue line. Okay, so the price is right in the middle of the band. That's why we don't know yet where the price wants to go. And while I'm making this video, you can see that we are below the green line also, but we are still above all the rest of the lines. We have two lines above the price, the blue one and the green one, but we have all the rest of the lines below us. And this is a good sign, okay? Because we would have to go all the way down to be officially in a bear market. So currently, I hope that we will be able to close this week above the green line. And the green line, as you can see, is around $0.82. And currently, we are at $0.81. So this is really possible. We have to wait for the close of the current week, but this is hopeful for the future. And for this week, if we cross the yellow line, which is at $0.70, then we would be in a bear market. Okay, so this is very simple to understand. If we go below the yellow line, it would be a bear market. Of course, if we are still inside the band by the end of the week, next week the band will change again. So I will share an update of the current state of the band next week. I hope that it's clear. Now I can show you an example of the band using the replay button. So let's try to use it from here. So I will press play and let's see what happened. So you see that we were far away from the band, and for this candle, the band was here, and we have the dots of the band and the colors, and for each line, for each dot, we have also the matching dots in the oscillator. Okay? And we were still in a bull market in this phase because the price was very far away from the band. And if I press play, you see that for each candle, the band is changing, right? And also, and over time, you see the footprints of the band, okay? Because for each line, each location of the line for the previous candles, there is a dot, okay? So over time, you see how the band is moving. Let's move on. Okay, so this is great. I will accelerate. Okay, so you see that the price is getting closer and closer to the band over time. Here we touched the band and we went up. This was great. Here again, we touched the band, we went up, but currently you saw that we penetrated the band because we are below the blue line. So we are in a transition phase. Either we use inside the band as a support and we go up, either we cross it and it would be an official bear market. I hope it's clear. That's all for today's video. I put the explanations of this indicator in the description area of this video. Thanks for watching. Do not ever be afraid to make new experiments. And if someone tells you you're crazy, just tell them. Time will tell.